Ifraa has been living with a stoma and medical implants since the age of 20. A stoma is an opening on the surface of the abdomen, surgically created to divert the flow of faeces or urine. Following surgery, Ifraa returned to travelling by talking to others living with a stoma and tapping into support organisations like Colostomy UK.
Flying is important to me because it's the chance to escape from reality. You know, you can go, relax, be who you want to be, where you want to be for a little while. Disconnect from life, disconnect from the hustle and bustle that you live with. In my life in the beginning, when I got sick, was literally hospital, home, home, hospital. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even want to go to the shop. I was petrified. I really struggled. So the thought of flying going to another country, that was completely, forget about it. I saw, other people with the same problems as me flying, and I thought, okay, it's me stopping me. So when I started looking into it, I realised actually there's just ways around it. You've just got to plan it properly.
In this film, we'll see how she goes about her journey with thorough planning. The key element for Ifraa is to plan far in advance, so she can research everything she needs to know.
And I looked into it. It was actually really simple, and it started off, the first part was the airline. When I was booking the ticket, I made sure that I spoke to them and I told them I had a condition that meant that I needed to use the toilet quite a lot, and they were absolutely fine with that. It wasn't an issue, and the response was so reassuring. It was like, yeah, of course, fine, it was nothing, and it wasn't any extra questions or why do you need to do that, and that's what I was worried about.
Information is readily available on airport and airline assistance website pages.
I found all the toilets were in the airport, how accessible they were, and if they were stoma friendly.
Make sure that your doctor's letter clearly states any medication or supplies you need to bring, and consider printing a medical device awareness card or travel certificate from Colostomy UK to show its security on the day.
Next for me was speaking to my doctor and telling them, look, this is where I want to go. What do I need to take with me? What do I need to do to make sure that I'm okay over there and that I'm okay in terms of my equipment and my medical supplies? At most airports now, in security, they have dedicated security lanes for people with disabilities and hidden disabilities. So if you do find, if I do find the queue is a bit too long, I would go over to a member of staff and let them know, look, I've got a hidden disability and I can't stand here and queue for this long. I was worried about going through security, the liquid limit of having 100 mils, all of that stuff really gave me a lot of anxiety.
Hi. So I have a medical condition, and I'm a bit anxious and a bit worried about going through security. I do have a stoma bag and a catheter. So I've got a lot of medical equipment, but I do have a letter here for you from my doctor.
Yep, that's absolutely fine, madam.
The security scanner differs airport to airport, but it is there to produce a nondescript representation of a body. However, if you don't feel comfortable, you may decline and have a private search in a discreet area instead.
One last thing to ask you. I'm a bit anxious about getting searched in front of everybody else. Would it be okay if I had a private search?
Absolutely, madam, no problem.
The sunflower emblem is increasingly recognised as a symbol that the wearer has a hidden or invisible disability and may require some extra help. Whilst many airport and airlines have trained staff to be aware, outside of the UK it may not have been adopted, so research the options they might choose.
For me personally, once I'm through security, I'm 80% less stressed, That's where most of my personal anxiety comes from.
Hello. Hey, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Glad to hear it.
And your boarding pass, please. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. That's brilliant, thank you very much.
Okay.
I was really worried about what, I know it sounds a bit silly, but what being up in the air would do to my bag, with the cabin pressure. And actually, all bags have filters on them, That's what the filters are there for, to get rid of air. I was really worried in my head about people being able to tell that I have a bag, will they hear it, will they smell it? Nobody knew anything. So being on my first flight, my bag wasn't an issue at all. I honestly realised that my fears were in my head, and I made everything 10 times worse for myself. And once I'd actually flown and I took those steps, I couldn't believe how simple it was. I was laughing at myself, honestly. I was like, really? You sat in this cold, wet London all these years, and you could have been sitting on beaches, and you could have been, enjoying hot weather, So honestly, I would say do it. Take the plunge.
Speak to your doctor well in advance if you have medical concerns, and ask for a letter to show security when taking prescription drugs, medical supplies or equipment. After deciding your destination, use both airports' websites to locate the assistance desks, toilets and dedicated assistance security lanes where available. Speak to relevant disability charities and organisations to access their advice, resources and networks. Assistance is available for people with hidden disabilities, so when booking, let the airline or travel agent know about your condition and any help you may need. When selecting your seat, consider choosing one that is comfortable to you, whether on the aisle or near the bathroom, and if travelling with a companion increases your confidence, ask the airline about sitting together. In your hand luggage, pack medication, doctor's letters and supplies, together with a Colostomy UK travel certificate or Civil Aviation Authority medical device awareness card when required. At security, have your belongings and certificates or letters ready as required. If the scanner beeps, you may be required to have an additional search, which you can ask to be conducted in private. Arrive at the gate early and speak to staff if it would help to board the aircraft before other passengers. At the aircraft door, be proactive in letting crew know of any assistance you may need so that they can assist you throughout your flight. And remember, for your return flight, it is always okay to ask for assistance. Enjoy your flight. And just remember, you can fly.